And so a quick bit on data. I've got 2 points on this, but first we'll do a fun exercise. So she sees the man with the telescope. If we all think of, do we get a picture on our heads when we see the sentence? What do you see? Do you see a man, do you see a lady looking through the telescope to see the man? Or do you see a lady looking at a man carrying a telescope? Or maybe the man with the telescope is actually a band or a quirky cub, right? And so this is an example of like data. We don't really have the context of what this means. Another great example might be noughts and ones. So this is an example of data. And those noughts and ones, we have some information. That could be a color, right? It could be the color red. And that could be some knowledge that's attached to a temperature sensor, and it's getting hot, it's glowing red. We don't know if that's a good or bad thing yet. We just have that data. And so what actions do we need to take from this data? And this is like the point generally is like companies I feel are going around collecting huge data lakes and doing all this data stuff, but actually you do need to define what decisions you want to be better at, because even when you have the data, I still find people suck at making decisions. We're terrible. If there's like more than 7 data points, we really suck at making decisions. Whereas statistically, this is what AI is great at, right? And machine learning. I don't really even call that AI, I call it fancy statistics. But essentially, what we want to get better at is better decisions in the future. So once we define those, we can put context on all this information that we're collecting in the past. Yeah. So there's 2 things from this. One is defining decisions. 2, just tracing like information flow. When anyone's talking about tech, anyone can be incredibly effective. You don't have to be a software developer. You just need to know where information's moving from point to point. You might have heard people talk about JSON or XML and binary and all these different formats, but really, we almost don't need data formats anymore because computers can just send unstructured information now. So if you just trace, well, where's the information going from point to point? I find tech teams tend to get very blinkered and like, I'm going to do this bit and I'm going to convert this bit of information to this. But actually, when you look at the system holistically, again, from the value perspective and see how are we transforming the information through our organization, where does it need to go and where does it need to go? That's kind of the most valuable bit. So 2 very simple skills, draw it on a whiteboard, what decisions we want to get better at and what's the information flow.